Okay, so this is the outdoor demo of the new Star Wars Millennium Falcon quad by Hogs. And we're going to attempt to fly this thing outdoors. We have almost no wind. May the force be with us. That was hyperspace there.
Tango down.
And you went down from a hyperspace. So it pitches forward a little deep for a little while for hyperspace. Let's try it again. There it is again, hyperspace. It actually picks up speed. Didn't go down that time. So random sounds are heard and given inputs on the right stick as well. I'm going to push the left shoulder button now with some sound effects. Looks like we got a tiny bit of wind it's fighting with. Not sure about the range. Let me see if I can make it to the end. I got close to it. Wind was trying to take it to the trees there. Maybe it was just the dark forces of the trees.
Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
Oop, hyperspace.
A great disturbance in the
You
force.
hear the explosion when you crash. Uh-oh. I think the battery might be getting low, so yeah, performance gets really bad when battery starts to get low. It's actually picking forward a whole lot now. So I guess when battery gets low, you gotta go easy on the sticks.
Impressive. Most impressive.
What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the Star Wars Millennium Falcon quad. by Hogs, and here it is here. Really awesome looking scale model. This thing looks just like the Millennium Falcon. For the most part, it has the signature cockpit right there on the side and everything. It just looks really awesome. It has lighting on it. The lights on the front are here, and they're both white lights, and there's a big blue light in the back here. Well, it's diffused to look like a huge light, but there's actually two lights back there, two blue ones, but it looks really cool when it's lighting up. Let's see if I can show you guys that. Well, my light that's on the camera is kind of canceling it out, but it looks very, very bright and nice when you're looking at it normally. But really nice design. However, this thing is made of foam. So basically this is just a collector's item. Just for those collectors and Star Wars fans who just have to have it because it's a Star Wars model, the Millennium Falcon. But those who are looking to fly this very aggressively or are looking for performance out of this thing, you're really not going to get it. This is a really nice and docile flyer for indoors. You can't really fly this thing outdoors. I have tried to fly it outdoors a couple times and with no success. However, there was like mild to moderate wind blowing when I tried it. I haven't had a still day outside with almost no wind. So you'll probably be okay with it outside with little to no wind. You can probably fly it outdoors, but just the slightest little breeze will just make this thing wobble crazy and fall. Even indoors when you're flying it, you can't fly it too crazy because it gets caught up in vortex ring state, and it'll go down. It'll wobble like that and just go to the ground. Sometimes you can recover from it if you kick the throttle all the way up, but it really struggles to maintain the balance once it gets into going down from vortex ring state. However, if you keep it really nice and slow, and you can fly it really nice and docile, if you know how to just do nice easy circuits with it, you'll be fine indoors with it. However, it doesn't do anything special. It doesn't flip or anything. It's just I guess it's just for the collectors and Star Wars fans who just want to have a model quadcopter that looks like the Millennium Falcon. So it has nice cool sound effects from the movie on it. On the transmitter here, the transmitter's not bad. The transmitter's nice. However, it has sticks, and I'm not sure about the pinchers, if they're going to have enough room, because the sticks are short. And this ring around here, I don't know why they put that there, maybe for just decorations, but that gets in the way. For me, I'm not a pincher, but for me, it seems like that would get in the way of pinching, because you feel that it's really uncomfortable all up under your fingers when you're trying to hold it because the sticks are short. However, thumb flyers should be okay. The sticks are pretty slim for thumb flyers, but it is manageable with thumb flyers. Me being a thumb flyer myself, it feels okay. The transmitter, it feels a little heavy, but that's probably because it has 6 AA batteries you have to put in here, and yes, there are screws. So that's something I don't like. And it has the screws in there, and you have to remove the batteries or swap them. You have to have a screwdriver on deck. But whatever. The power button is here. There are no trims or anything like that. This is the charge indicator to let you know that when you're charging, because you actually have to charge this directly from the transmitter. Now, if you have one of the old Hogs products that has this, I'm pretty sure one of them you're probably going to be able to find just the USB cable with this on the other end. I actually had one. It was a little helicopter that I had that had that connector, but the charger is gone now, so I have to charge it from the transmitter. I don't know why Hogs does that. They require for you to charge right from the transmitter. However, this did come with a USB cable So a micro USB cable, and as you can see there's a micro USB port there where you can plug this in and bypass the batteries, plug this into the wall jack, or you can plug it into a computer and just charge from there. So you can save the power on your batteries. So I thought that was pretty nice. That's a plus. So yeah, it's fully functional here. It's a quadcopter, so you know it's 4 channels. But also you have these buttons up here. This one says hyperspace, but I have no idea what this does. It doesn't speed it up or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm guessing it probably supposed to make a sound, a hyperspace sound or something. But whenever I hit this, nothing happens. But this button over here has a play button on there. When you hit that button, it makes sound effects. You might hear R2-D2 or laser cannons firing, or you might hear Chewbacca every once in a while when you hit that button there. But there's a sound mute button here, so you can select if you want the sound on and off. So you can turn the sound off, but however, when you have the sound on, when you first bind to the quadcopter, when you bind to the Millennium Falcon, it sounds like it's the ship's actually being turned on and started up. You can hear the engine start. Once it binds, then you hear it rising and all of that. You can hear the thrust and everything when you're flying. So pretty cool for the Star Wars fans who like that type of stuff. So you have full sound effects and everything. Even when you crash it, when it goes down, you hear the explosion from the transmitter. The transmitter actually has a speaker on it. I'm guessing it's right here in the front, but I thought that I was looking on the manual and it said it was on the back, but it's right here, I guess, right, aiming straight towards you. The speaker's here, and so you can hear an explosion sound when it goes down. Just pretty cool with the sound effects and all from this thing. And the quad, it actually is durable. This thing, I've crashed it outside a lot on concrete. I was thinking that maybe that the foam would start to degenerate or tear up and all, but it's been holding up. It looks exactly the way it looked when I first got it. So you can crash this thing a lot. You don't have to worry about it being destroyed or pieces coming off. For the most part, it feels really tough. So it's tough foam. This is a really nice foam, I think. So you can crash it and not worry about damaging it so much. I haven't been able to damage any of the props. It doesn't come with any spare props or anything, but I seem to have had no problems with the props. All the times that I've crashed into things, crashed it upside down, everything. But this ducted fan style usually is hard to damage the props. However, on the Cherson CX-31, I have damaged props and had props fly off, but not this one. I tried to remove a prop and it's super hard to remove it. I guess it's some kind of way you have to unlatch it. I'm thinking that you can probably squeeze the base of it and then pull it off, but I don't have any tools to be able to do that. But the props spin very freely, so really nicely made motors. I'm not sure the power on them or anything like that, or what size they actually are. They seem a little fat from looking at the bottom. I'm thinking they might be some specially modified motors, specially made ones. It looks like it might be, because the base of the motors look like they're 8.5 millimeters maybe, but it's actually short. So there might be some special motors in there. As you can see, the props are very loose, so they spin very freely. So pretty awesome way that they made the props and all of that. The 3-bladed props. It actually has okay battery life, okay flight time. I've been flying it for about 5 to 6 minutes, and that's pretty good with 3-bladed props, because 3-bladed props usually they really kill flight time. The battery life usually takes a nasty hit from that, but this seems to be okay. And now that the light on my camera went out, we can check out how cool the blue LED looks in the back. And so the LEDs are really bright, so you can see the front of these LEDs here. The front of this ship is just totally white, you know, so the LEDs are very bright. This thing would be mega cool if I could only fly it outdoors at night. I think it would look really cool flying up in the air and all. So that's really a bummer to me that it doesn't fly well in light wind. I would think that maybe if they used maybe some brushless motors or something like that, or more powerful motors, that would or something to just give it more power so it can fly outdoors. I was really disappointed about it not being able to fly outdoors. And with the hefty price tag that they threw on this thing should fly pretty good. I just was disappointed about that part of it. But however, everything else is the same as to be expected. I admit that when I first saw this, I didn't think that it was foam. I didn't know it was foam. So that was a complete surprise to me when I picked up the box and saw how light it was. And I was looking at it, I couldn't really tell. But then upon a closer look, I saw that it was foam. So, yes, what to be expected from a foam quadcopter. I only know of one foam quadcopter that flew really well, and that's the WL Toys V353. That thing flies awesome, but it's huge though. This thing is a pretty nice quadcopter for a collector's item, I think. So collectors are going to be happy with this for the most part. And the instructions manual is an Air Hogs instructions manual. Air Hogs makes this, so you know the instructions manual is in very legible English. However, there's nothing really in there to explain. It's all simple stuff in there. You know, it doesn't do anything special like flip or have headless mode or anything like that. So one thing that I did find interesting in here is that it explains to you how to take this thing apart. So they're talking about taking it apart when you're going to dispose of it, I guess, though, because in the instruction it explains that you just find the seam where they separate, and you just pull it apart from the glue. It's glued together, and then they explain to you how to get to the battery and then to cut the battery wires and throw it away. But then they say dispose of the unit. So they're not thinking about recovering this thing from a bad battery. So if your battery goes bad, that's tough luck, I guess. They're expecting you to actually throw this thing away. For a hefty price tag like that, I think I would be trying to salvage this thing. If the battery went bad, I would try my best to try to get this open. I was thinking about doing a chop shop episode with this, but the price tag is a little hefty for the chop shop. I think everybody wouldn't be able to do that. So people wouldn't be so quick to actually do a chop shop mod with something with such a hefty price tag. But I was thinking that maybe if you were to be brave to do that, to try to take this thing apart, you can probably use something like a guitar pick or something, and you know, something plastic that wouldn't damage the foam so easy, and get between the seams there and take the top half off, because the bottom half looks like it's where everything is, the battery bay and all of that stuff peeking down in this little hole here. It looks like the bottom half is what holds everything. So this top half, I would say get a guitar pick and put it between the seam there, and just try to loosen up that glue around here, all around here, and pull this part apart here. Get a guitar pick in between there, and you probably can get this thing open. And I'm curious as to how this thing would fly with another flight board in here. I always wonder that if it's just the foam body, or is it actually the flight board that's inside. I was expecting this thing, after I found out that it was foam, I was at least expecting it to fly like Air Hogs the Helix X4. Because the Helix got really good reviews, and from what I know, it flies really nice. So I was expecting this to at least live up to those expectations. However, it's just a really nice collector's item. So that's the Star Wars Millennium Falcon Quad by Air Hogs. Thanks for watching.